It's been 65 days of a curfew that has seen many lock the doors of their homes immediately the clock strikes 7 p.m. But how are you as a family managing the extra time you have with your loved ones? Well, KTN News' Timothy Otieno has just spent the day with the family here in Nairobi who have the perfect answer to that question.
Meet 9-year-old Theo, 12-year-old Dylan, 15-year-old Natalie, 20-year-old Carl, their mother Helen, and their father Franklin. Jointly, they are known as the Etiang family. And if the sky is blue and blood is red, then music is what can best describe this homestead. It all began 11 weeks ago after the country reported its first case of COVID-19. Once a nationwide curfew was announced, this family, whose members had all previously indulged in separate activities, began bonding in a very special way.
We realized that we take a lot of time watching TV and doing other things, and we get tired. And so we started playing. Actually, I was the one starting with practicing every day, and then Dad joined.
That is how the youngest family member began playing the descant recorder. With schools now closed, Theo spends close to 2 hours daily honing his craft in music and giving his older siblings a run for their money.
Sometimes I just finish doing practice and then I remember I have homework, I go and finish homework.
But here, sibling rivalry is personified and each child has learned how to play a different instrument. For high school student Natalie, the clarinet is her playground. After watching her father for years, she developed an interest in music at an early age.
I take it quite seriously, but it's a hobby, but then it's like a serious hobby or something, yeah.
The Etiang family has turned to music during the days of curfew, when they have more time to bond together as a family. But how did this cohesive family unit turn into a musical ensemble? To answer that question,
just begin by introducing yourself.
I spoke to the head of the homestead, Franklin Etiang, who at the time of filming this was out of town.
The very first weeks of coronavirus in Kenya, so it was very depressing. And we would sit after dinner at night, just in the living room, and I would take everyone through their part, play with them their part in bits.
This homemade video was filmed on their first joint training session in mid-April.
Who was the hardest to convince to join this this ensemble?
There's a guy called Carl. Carl was hardest to convince.
The cameraman at the time was their firstborn son, Carl, who then hadn't joined the bandwagon. But 5 weeks later, the computer science student is just as good as his entire family and hopes to even be better than most of them. And that includes Mom, who gallantly displays her skills with the flute.
Sibling pressure, like I'm the only one who's not playing. Then my dad just one day came and was like, you can play the clarinet.
When I saw them playing, I said, hey, I can also learn to play something. And then he told me, okay, take the flute. The first time I tried to blow, I could not even produce sound.
The family uses their acquired skills to entertain their neighbors every evening at their Madaraka estate. Franklin, who is a former high school music teacher, tells me he couldn't be more proud of his family, who continue with the training sessions even when he's away.
I want to put you a bit on the spotlight. Who is the fastest learner and who is the slowest learner?
Oh my God. Okay. Mama Wanyumba, no, I don't want to say she's the slowest learner. Hiyo ni mbaya.
And so, as long as the curfew and the virus continue to persist, this family hopes to keep music close to their hearts. After spending a day of music with the Etiang family, I leave their residence not only inspired, but honestly a little bit challenged on how best not only myself, but all of us can spend quality time with our families, especially right now in the era of social distancing and isolation occasioned by COVID-19. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.
Interesting, something positive coming out of this pandemic. What are you doing? What skills are you learning in this coronavirus period? Thank you very much.